Nagarathar Chamber of Commerce. Sail to prosper.
அடுத்த செஷன் ரொம்ப பயனுள்ளதாக இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
So, ladies and gentlemen, to begin our session for today, it is my pleasure to welcome our moderator, Mrs. ALAGAMMAIPALANIAPPAN. She is the Vice President and Head of Payment Vertical at Temenos. Thank you for accepting. And we are also delighted to welcome our speakers for this segment. Our first speaker, Ms. Sharada Priya ANNAMALAI. She is a founder of Studio Stir and Pour. She is also a designing and client lead of Innovative Homes. And our second speaker, Mr. S.K. RATHNA ANNAMALAI. He is the managing partner of Karthik & Company and also the director of ANNACARD Technology. And our third speaker, Ms. ADITHI GANESHAN. She is the COO of Petagam and founder of Tamali Happy Dancing. Check. Check.
Check. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. At the outset, I'd like to thank Kadir Annan, I think he must be here somewhere in the room, and also Mrs. Alamelu for inviting me to be the moderator. Actually, Kadir Annan has a way of asking things, right? So when he asks you, you can't actually say no. So he called me and said, Achi, in the Mari or event irukku, can you come and moderate? I told him, now 30 years I've been working in an IT corporate. I have nothing to do with business. So what can I really come and moderate? You're asking me to interview 3 panelists who are really budding entrepreneurs. And he said, Achi, Nejamale idukku dhaan na avangala invite pandren. So that people like you don't just study and go work for someone, but they start their own IT company and provide jobs for a lot of people. So he said, actually, the session is meant for me. Okay, so thank you. Thank you, Kadir Annan, for having me. Actually, I wanted to invite each of these panelists on stage. So even though you're sitting with me, I still want to invite you all. Yeah. So first, Kadir Annan said, the first panelist, he said, is Innovative ANNAMALAI Annan's daughter. For a minute, I was actually shocked. I said, Appave innovation. அப்போ டாட்டர் இனோவேஷன் 2.0 இருக்கும். இவங்களை நான் எப்படி இன்டர்வியூ பண்ணுறது? ஹவு am I going to prepare questions? Yeah? And only after I spoke to her, I realized how warm and grounded she was. And I think that that trait, she really gets it from her father, whom I had the pleasure of meeting this morning. So she is the founder of Studio Stir and Pour. She's also the design lead at Innovative Homes and an architect by qualification. Sharada, Priya, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Auntie.
Next, Kadir Annan told me, Achi, the next panelist is MSD. My heart almost stopped a beat. I said, finally, I'm going to see my Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Yeah? And I was so thrilled. I said, Annan, I can't thank you enough. He said, நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு விஷயத்தை ஃபுல்லா கேக்குறீங்களா? எதுக்கு அதுக்குள்ள you're jumping to conclusions? And he said, கிரிக்கெட்டுக்கு எப்படி தோனியோ அந்த மாதிரி டைமண்ட்ஸுக்கு MSD, that is Meenu Subbiah Diamonds. அவங்களோட daughter is whom is our next panelist. And surely this girl is not shining because of the diamonds or the legacy that she carries. She's shining because of her own talent. With a degree in commerce and gemology, she is the COO of MSD. And she's also the CEO of Tamali, which is her own brainchild, which specializes in making jewelry in gemstones along with diamonds. So welcome, ADITHI GANESHAN. நீங்க நல்லா கை தட்டலாம். Next, Kadir Annan told me, Achi, நீங்க அலைப்பாயுதே படம் பார்த்திருக்கீங்களான்னு. I was wondering, அந்த படத்துக்கும் இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பேசுறதுக்கும் ஏதாவது சம்பந்தம் இருக்கா? But I thought if I interrupt and ask him again, he is going to say, just listen to me. So I just kept quiet. And then he said, அந்த அலைப்பாயுதே படத்தில், how many of you have seen அலைப்பாயுதே? Or is that a very old movie? I'm waiting for youngsters to put up their hands. Okay. Okay. it's still, you still resonate with it, I assume. Okay, you can put down your hands. You've seen Alaipaide, I trust you. So அந்த அலைப்பாய்தே படத்தில் ஒரு ஃபாரின் மாப்பிள்ள, அமெரிக்கா மாப்பிள்ள வருவார். பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? யா. ஸோ he said அந்த அமெரிக்கா மாப்பிள்ளைக்கும் நம்மளோட தேர்ட் பேனலிஸ்ட்டுக்கும் there is a small connection. அவரை மாதிரி he's very simple, calm, well mannered. He gives that real gentleman vibes. Yeah, in fact he is a better version, a better real life version of the person whom we see in Alaipaide. He is a B.Tech mechanical engineering graduate. He's got fierce energy to shine in anything that he touches. And when I met him, I truly felt that he's got the traditional values and the technical brilliance to run a business. So welcome, RATHNA ANNAMALAI. He is the managing partner at Karthik & Co. And he's also the director at ANNACART Technologies, which specializes in home automation. So I welcome all the three panelists. Yeah? And I just thought it'll be good if we can have a quick chat with them to understand how they got into business and what kind of message they want to pass on to the youngsters. So Rathna, unniya gentleman-லாம் சொல்லிருக்கேன். நான் உன்கிட்ட ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடவா?
Auntie, since today morning we have been hearing absolutely legendary speakers. And I feel and I believe this 21st century is a women's era and we have to let the ladies start, actually.
Ratna's wife is here, that's why he said that. Yeah. Okay, we start with you, Sharada?
Sure, yes.
So Sharada, with Studio and Stir and Pour and Innovative Homes operating in the same field, I think one is into construction and you are into architecture and interior design. How do you navigate both the strengths and probably the occasional conflicts that come with wearing two hats? You are the founder of one and the successor of the other.
Yes, you're right. So, being a part of both my dad's company, a construction field, you know, Innovative Homes and Developers, and being a founder of a design company, well, there are strengths and conflicts that occur in between. So, I try to flow through both. So, basically, the strength is what I feel is both my firm and my dad's firm falls under the same domain. So the overlap of character in between the both is what I feel is my strength at the first thing. And second, since I'm being a part of my dad's or family business, I felt the mentorship or guidance that I get from my dad is something that I will never get even if I work at a very huge company for even a long period of time. So it's been like 2 years since I've been traveling with my dad in the business, and the things that I've taught, the knowledge that he shared, it's all, you know, there are no filters for it. And the amount of knowledge and experience that I've gained is so much. So that will be my second strength. So coming to conflicts, I mean, இங்கே இருக்கிறவங்க நீங்கள் வீடு கட்டியிருந்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ஏதாவது பில்டிங் கட்டியிருந்தீங்கன்னா தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். So as a client, you will need a builder and an architect majorly to design and execute ஒரு வீடு. So அப்படி ஏதாவது நடுவில் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கும் போது you will find some lag in between. And if you go ask the builder will be like, architect's drawing தரதில்லமா, ரொம்ப டிலே ஆகுது. They'll put the blame to the architect. Now when you go and ask the architect will turn the table around and obviously it will be like, naanga drawing tharo, the engineers, they are not doing it, you know, according to our drawing or details and adala. So on the issue, it is constant throughout, and 90% of the people will experience it somehow avanga process la. So now I am a part of the architect's company and the builder's company. So that is a challenge. So conflicts arise over there. So, அந்த மாதிரி situationல what I try to do is, you know, I choose the founder part because, you know, Studio Stir and Pour is my baby, so I have to take care of that. And at the same time, I'm also part of Innovative Homes. So as an architect, I'll have a different perspective, a different view, and I want my, you know, design, and I want to experiment. But when it comes to Innovative Homes, we have few policies, we have specifications, we have budgeting, we have timelines, deadlines, and there's a lot to consider. So in that case, a little conflicts that can occur. So what I am trying to do now is I'll let the team take decision in those, you know, stages for Innovative Homes. And as a founder, I take decisions for Studio Stir and Pour.
That's very nice, Sharada. Aditi, your parents are into diamond jewelry, and MSD, I think, is a known brand. And you've taken that brilliance further into gemstones with Tamali, right? So, how are you able to blend your creativity without losing that family sparkle?
When we say family sparkle, I think it's more a mindset than material. It's more to do with, for me, I feel like Tamali is something that complements MSD. They built a structure, and my basic principles na kathiktadu ellame was when I was with the family business before I brought in Tamali. So the quality, the perfection, the eye to detail, integrity, basic core principles ellame MSD lendu vandadu. With Tamali, I brought in a lot of color to the white, quite literally. And I feel like I expanded in something that's with synergy. So nowhere have I ever felt that family sparkle loose. I don't grammari, I've never felt. If anything, I feel I add a lot of chaos to their calmness. So if they are the standard, then I hope and believe that with Tamali, I'm only lifting the standards and not letting go of the family sparkle while complementing both the brands.
That's very nice, Aditi. Thank you. So, Rathna, can I ask you now?
Yes.
Huh? Rathna, I think you really balance both worlds, yeah? A paper industry and a tech company. So, what are some of the business lessons that you've learned from your family that still guides you in this digital world?
Firstly, being a part of family business, I feel we learn only through practical lessons. We don't have any classroom sessions to learn from. So we have to go through the rigorous process. And rigorous process, what I meant to say is the emotional intelligence is something really the family business, once you upscale it, you will definitely able to, get through the tunnel actually. So it's like a golden skill that everybody actually lacks to see it. இப்போ நம்ம ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் இருப்பாங்க நிறைய பேர், அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க, மச்சான் என் மேனேஜர் ரொம்ப டார்ச்சர் பண்ணுறான்டா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு, நான் அப்போ அந்த இதுக்கு என்ன பதில் சொல்லுவேன்னா, ஏப்பா நீ சொல்லிட்ட, என்னால் வாயை திறந்து சொல்ல முடியாது, ஏன்னா விட்டு கொடுக்க முடியாது ஒரு பாயிண்டில். ஸோ அட் ஒன் பாயிண்ட் யூ ஆக்சுவலி learn how to deal with emotions. I think even Tarun Mahadevan was mentioning, let the emotions be separate. பிஸ்னஸ்குள்ளே ரொம்ப கொண்டு வரக்கூடாது. அதை எப்போ நம்ம நர்ச்சர் பண்ணி நம்ம அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணி அது மெச்சூரிட்டியில் மட்டும்தான் வரும். என்ன தான் ஃபேமிலி பிஸ்னஸ் ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ் ஐஎஸ்பிலேயோ ஐஏஎம்ஸ்லேயோ போய் கற்றுக்கிற விஷயம் கிடையாது. We have to do it through the only through by being in the ground. And what really happens is once you get the emotional intelligence, you can actually handle people well. People management is business basically. End of the day, you have to know how to handle the people, and things will follow back to it.
Thank you, Rathna. Sharada, what's that one old school principle that you learned from your family that still guides you today and you're really proud to carry it forward?
Okay, so to answer that, I think இது வந்து என்ன நைட் தூங்கிட்டு இருக்கும்போது எழுப்பி கேட்டால் கூட I'll be able to answer this question, because the one thing that I'll never forget is integrity and transparency, because that's always something that I've been hearing from when I was a very young kid. So வீட்டில் always it's not, business is not separate and family is not separate. I've literally grown up watching our business grow. So, and Innovative Homes is almost, has crossed my age. So, அந்த விஷயத்தில் my dad's always told that, we are Nagarathars. So, integrity, transparency, principles, values and ethics are something that should come first and everything else comes next. So, that's one thing. I don't know if it's old school or what, but I will follow it. I am following it now and I will follow it in future. Because, trends change, design evolve and things can become modern. But I think this one old school principle is something that I will carry forever.
Absolutely. Aditi, I think you should think a bit for this. Why do you think the younger generation is reluctant to step into the family business?
I'm very glad you asked me this, Auntie. I guess asked this a lot. I think it's not an overnight transformation. it's a relationship the children share with the parents, and it comes from a position of I think the problem is the younger generation thinks family business entry panna vandu namalukku it's a loss of freedom, there's a loss of creativity, it's like you're in a cage and you get said this is how we do things a lot when parents say. That's where the problem comes. So I think if there is an understanding between the family and the children that when you step in, you are allowed to do things your way, you're allowed to change things up, you're also allowed to expand in things that you think is working right now. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு freedom கொடுத்து அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு thought process இருந்தாலே I think children will be more keen on stepping in. And parents also have to be, I feel, open to evolve the business to current trends so that when the next generation wants to step in, they step in at a space where it's new and not when the firm is still standing at a much old generation as to 30 years back business eppadi pannomo, now it's very different. So if the evolution happens, I feel the children will be more open to getting into business. And evolution pannalena, that's also one of the biggest reasons why family business dies, is because even if the younger generation comes in and evolution doesn't happen, the younger generation quits, the family doesn't involve, and then the business dies. So for the family business to thrive and for next generations to keep coming, the relationship between the parents and children have to be very professional, where the younger generation needs to feel that their opinion is heard and is important in the business, and that their opinion has the power of bringing in change in the family business. I think that's why younger generation is not stepping in, and this gap can be bridged. I feel younger generation can come in, and knowing business, you can do multiple things at the same time. So they can pursue a passion as well as carry forward the legacy.
Yeah, you're living that by example, isn't it? Okay. Rathna? Rathna, do you have 24 hours a day or more?
I just have, like everybody, 24 hours.
So how do you divide your time between your paper business, your home automation business? And just to add on to that, Rathna, do you also think it was risky to build a second business while you're still involved in your family business, which has been there for decades now?
So when it comes to handling two businesses or multiple businesses, it's we have to strike a balance. We have to, find a way what priority and how much we prioritize to, make a balance where we can find out the time and how much impact we create end of the day, and not the number of hours which we spend out to. And at the same time, the paper business is something I know how the market cycles work, because I've been in the business for the past 6 years. And I know when the downtimes come and when the the cycle changes. That's something only been part of it, so I'm able to understand. And now starting this new venture is like a baby in an incubator. So I know when the downtimes or the previous industry. So I get to plan my things in the best of both worlds here. On risk, ella business la risk irukum. And risk we have to it's there. The risk appetite of a first generation and second generation is completely different. What the first generation went through will never be borne by the second generation. And first generation oda risks and problems எல்லாம் வந்து completely different. அவங்க வந்து ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது ஒன்றும் இல்லாமல் நான் ஆரம்பிச்சேன்பா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஜாலியாக சொல்லுவாங்க. அவங்க விழுந்தாலும் ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை அப்படின்னு இருக்கும். செகண்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன் ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது the case is different. We have something to balance. We have something to carry on. And starting off the business here from my primary business to this, I am just striking the chord at present, and will be continuing to do so. Yeah.
Very nice. Wish you good luck in that, Rathna. Okay. So maybe time for a little bit of fun. Can we do this really quick? Maybe we can have a quick rapid fire. Yeah, I think a lot of people here would have seen Coffee with Karan, right? And that rapid fire is very famous, but we are going to have good questions. So we'll keep it rapid, yeah, and witty. So I'll start with you, Rathna, and then we can just go on, yeah? So quickly, will you both share the mic?
Yeah.
Quickly, Rathna. Morning person or night owl entrepreneur?
Morning person.
Definitely a night owl entrepreneur because we are architects and we also work round the clock. So,
Okay.
Night owl. I work around the clock, yeah.
What's your business superpower? Patience, persuasion, or presentation?
I would say persuasion, but recently being, just getting through, I understand patience is more important.
I would say mine is patience first because I'm really calm and silent. And the second, presentation, because of course I'm in the field of design. So,
Presentation. For us, presentation is everything. So.
Okay, so optics. Okay. What's harder? Convincing your parents or convincing clients? Be honest.
Convincing parents. Emotions come into. Clients, you don't get the emotions.
well, for me it's the other way around. It's convincing the clients definitely because, with all the Vastu and other things and other new requirements that they come up with, to architects, it's really difficult to convince the clients.
Your father looks like someone who'll say yes to whatever you say, Sharda. Yeah? Aditi? Aditi?
Actually, neither. There's not too much of persuasion that comes in, but I think our dining table and conference room is the same. So I would say more discussions maybe, with parents.
Okay. In one word, your business philosophy.
Follow the rules, get to the top and change the rules. Like, you have to go through the system to understand and then change. உன் ஃப்ரண்ட்டில் போய் நின்றுட்டு நான் இப்போ சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறேன்னா யாரும் அக்செப்ட் பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. முதல்ல அதை புரிஞ்சுட்டு ஓகே இவன் மெச்சூராக பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு we have to prove it to them, at least to us. அதனால that is something I believe in.
Okay, so I don't know if it's a philosophy, but I'll stick on to my firm's tagline, which means stirring creativity and pouring possibilities. So,
for me, I think it's you can lose money but never your integrity.
Very nice. Okay. Family business meetings. Are they calm discussions or courtroom drama?
It's like a pendulum. It goes both ways. Depends on the discussion. And I think recently it's just been a calm discussion, mostly. Yeah. Initially it used to be courtroom dramas.
okay, so for me, I think it starts a little calm and then ends up like a courtroom drama. So,
Yeah, similar. It starts calm and then it ends up with the courtroom drama, and then we go for dinner, so then we have to leave everything out. So,
Okay. What's your bigger thrill? Is it your first profit or your first customer compliment?
First customer compliment.
yes, definitely a first customer compliment.
first customer compliment. Any
Do you want to quickly tell us about your first customer compliment?
Like, I would say compliment kadachale பெரிய விஷயமா இருக்கு actually. It's in service industry, it's really a thing. You do everything, end of the day they just forget it. So அந்த டைமில் if they remember, அது ஃபியூச்சரில் ஒரு நாள் வந்து எங்கேயாவது சொல்லி காமிக்கும் போது that really makes okay, நம்ம பண்ணுறதுல ஏதோ வேல்யூ இருக்குது, வேல்யூ கிரியேட் ஆனால தான் இந்த காம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் வருதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு we can just say. By now, quite a lot of compliments I've got, so I'm staying.
So even a thank you means a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yours, Sharada?
Yes, so this person, he's a part of our NCC. I mean, he's not here, he's Mr. Sabri Shankar uncle. So we are working on a project and I designed for him and we tried out n number of layouts, but it couldn't suffice his requirement. And finally I did something and it came out really well. So one night he called me and he spoke with such an excitement, which I've never seen him because I've always seen him as a very calm and steady person. So he spoke with so much excitement and he appreciated me, which is one thing that I can never forget. So
That's lovely. Yours?
For me, I think this is before I launched Tamali. I was just still creating and building the brand, and there was a 80-plus-year-old Aya who had come, and he had never gifted her anything in all these years. It was all passed on generational jewelry. So for the first time ever in their lives of, I think, like 60-plus years of marriage, he bought her a ring from Tamali before I launched. For me, I thought that was a very sweet thing, and she was so emotional because that was the first piece of jewelry he himself was gifting her. So I think that's a story I'll close very, very, close to my heart I'll hold.
That's very nice. Rathna, one value you inherited from your parents.
நீதி நேர்மை சத்தியம் நியாயம். Definitely the confidence actually, and நேர்மையாக பண்ணணுன்றது சம்திங், எது பண்ணாலும் நேர்மையாக பண்ணணும். அண்ட் ட்ரூ டு யுவர் ஹார்ட். உனக்கு நியாயமாக இருக்கணும் ஃபஸ்ட்டு பண்ணுறது. இன்னொருத்தனுக்கு நியாயமாக இருக்கிறதா அப்படின்றது இல்லை, லைக் நம்மளுக்கு உண்மையாக இருக்கணும். அது ஆக்சுவலாக மனசுக்கு நம்ம நிம்மதியாக தூங்கணும்னா உண்மையாக இருந்தால் தான் தூங்க முடியும். இல்லாட்டி தட் தாட் வில் நாட் கம் டு யுவர்.
Yes, so I think I already said integrity, but apart from that, one is do what you like, don't do something, under pressure. So that's one. And the second thing is face any situation, regardless of the, consistency or whatever. So face, and instead of panicking, find solution for it to solve. So
I think for me it is exploring new things, being courageous to face any situation, and to always follow my dream.
That's very nice. So, Rathna, since you watch a lot of movies, this will be apt for you, I think. If your business journey were a movie title, what would it be?
I'm not able to think of a movie title, but ஆனால் ஒரு டைலாகாக வேணால் சொல்லலாம். எங்கே கால் வச்சாலும் கண்ணி வெடி வைக்கிற மாதிரி. ஸோ எல்லாமே நம்மளுக்கு தெரியாது, ஆனால் எல்லாத்துக்கும் பயப்பட முடியாது. ஸோ யூ ஹேவ் டு டேக் த ஸ்டெப், அவ்வளோதான்.
I mean, I can't say business journey because it's only been a couple of years. But I mean, if it was a title, I would say Miss India, starring Keerthi Suresh. I really like the title and the, the spirit, the business entrepreneur spirit that, the character carries. So yeah, Miss India.
Nice.
I think mostly it'll be like a life title maybe. I say Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. I think that would be the one. Okay.
Nice. You watch a lot of Hindi movies, I can see. Right. Work from office, cafe, couch.
Home.
Okay.
But I work from office, yeah.
Okay.
I prefer doing that because let the office be office, home be home. So you have to distinct it both, yeah.
Well, on a lazy day, I would prefer couch, but on a very hectic day, I think office. So
Yeah, I prefer my couch, but I end up spending more time at the office. So
Okay. Which word do you hear the most at home, apart from eat on time? Apart from that, target, budget, or balance?
I prefer not to hear any of these at my home. No, I really don't hear that much about it. Not target or anything. Maybe discuss ideas rather than people or any other things. That's more productive, actually. Yeah.
Okay. I think here I hear budget and target. Yeah.
and neither I don't hear any of these. It's more reminder of meetings and reminder of things. Yeah, neither of these words.
Okay. They're being kind.
They are. They really are.
So, if your success had a flavor, Rathna, what would yours taste like?
Bittersweet. So maybe a lime is a bittersweet, so I can say lime. Yeah.
Well, for me, it would be like a cup of melted chocolate because I love chocolate. I am really addicted to it, and it is tempting always. So I think success is like that too. So
Very nice.
I think for me it's hot and sour. Yeah, it's kind of my favorite soup also. So more on those flavors.
Okay. What's the one piece of advice to your young self? You're still young, but your younger self.
பயப்பட வேணாம், எல்லாம் நல்லா தான் போகும். பி கான்ஃபிடென்ட், அவ்வளோதான்.
maybe you don't have to follow the path, but you can redraw it. So
Very nice. Sharada?
I think you got this. You can do this. You got this. Is what I would tell my younger self.
Nice. So, complete the sentence. Business is?
It's like an art. ரசிக்க தெரிஞ்சவனுக்கு நல்லா இருக்கும். ஆர்ட் ஆர்ட் அவ்வளோதான்.
சொல்லி ரத்னா's not answered anything in 2 வார்த்தை. Auntie, you're this side, not that side.
So, business is battlefield. I feel it's passion with pressure. So,
True though, yeah.
Business is exhilarating. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. I really want to thank the three of you for these insights. I think, Kadiranan, whatever you wanted me to stop IT and start business at some time, right? Yeah. I think it will happen, yeah, with the insights from the three of them. So I think, as closing remarks, what I'd like to say to all the young minds here and the parents, what I can see right from the morning, from the questions as well as what the speaker spoke, I think that entrepreneurial spark, I think that's there in our gene. That's what I can see. That's what I was able to find from the questions that the youngsters were asking. Yeah, and I think it's only going to shine brighter. And I'd like to say that when I look at the set of audience today, the youngsters and the parents, what I'd like to say is that tradition and innovation, I don't think they are opposites anymore. They are surely partners. And if I have to summarize the spirit of this entire day's event, yeah, I think I'd like to use 5 words to summarize. Start, strive, build, excel, and encourage. These are the 5 words, yeah, and all of these aren't just coming from me. These are all inspired based on what people spoke in the morning, what the 3 panelists have been speaking as well. To say about start, I'd like to quote Alagappanan, who spoke this morning, where he said, a great building starts with a blueprint somewhere. So I think you always start something for it to really excel and thrive. Yeah? And then to strive. Yeah? I think in any business, yeah, or even if you work for someone in any business, you always work as though today is your last day. Especially in the corporate world, especially in the IT industry, drawing from my own experience, there's a constant change that keeps happening due to the technology change. Yeah? And every time we face a challenge, most of the time we end up in a situation where something that we have to adapt to is something that we don't know. So what I'd like to tell you all youngsters is, we don't know today, yeah? Tomorrow we can learn and excel. So that's what strive actually means, where you're able to identify what you don't know, and then you learn and then you excel there. Build. And when I say build, not just build on your strengths, but also build the people around you. Now, if you look at the technologies that we've been using, first, I think if you've all seen Ponniyin Selvan, the communication, how did they communicate with each other in Ponniyin Selvan? Do you remember? Pura. Yeah, that's how communication started, right? And then we went to landline phones, then we went to Nokia phones. I don't know how many of you have seen those Nokia phones in this room. Then we've gone to touch phones, we've gone to wearables. Yeah? Now there's so much of change in the type of business we do, in the type of technology. But the most important thing is that the values based on which any business is built hasn't changed, and I don't think it's going to change. So honesty and integrity, those are the values that your parents have given you to raise you. Those are the values based on which your parents have built their business, and that's what you will build on as well. Excel. I'm sure school la padikumbodhu you would have learnt Aathichudi, where there is a line that says, Seivana Tirundachai. So whatever you take up, do it with utmost sincerity and dedication to excel. And last, to encourage, because success is sweetest only when it is shared. And surely for the next generation, I'd like to quote what Mr. CKR mentioned in the morning, where he said, cultivate it young, help them to experiment and back them up. So this is for all the parents. Help your children to try, fail, and also encourage them to get up and try again. Yeah? And there's one thing that I want to close this session with. I've been speaking to the 3 panelists over the last week or 10 days, and there's one thing that came out very, very clearly when I spoke to them. All three of them said, "Auntie, we don't want to feel entitled." Yeah? I think that is the true spirit of a young entrepreneur, where they don't feel entitled. Yeah? They strive, and then they become who they are. And I think all 3 of them are living by example. I don't think you can have better examples. They are also the first set of youngsters who joined the Yes Launchpad, I think. Yeah? And I think it's been a great Launchpad, and I'm hoping that I'm invited next time to interview more youngsters like this. Yeah? Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Rathna and Aditi. Thank you.
I would like to share something here. The 3 beautiful people who are doing a very great job are the previous batch of S, so let's give them a big round of applause. So I would like to call upon our easy members to honor our Palaniappan Alagammai Achi. Alagammai Palaniappan Achi. Sorry.